Hi, this is Black Pearl. I just wanted to give a special request to one of my readers who had bought this book. He purchased three of it. The question he asked me about is the character Fiddler. And he said, why would I make him be a misogynistic person? Now, to answer a question, I want people to understand what misogynistic means. A misogynistic is a person who's, preferably a man, who have a strong prejudice against a woman, meaning they think it's right to bash another woman, you know, humiliate them, degrade them, and so forth, in a either physical, mental, and also a sexual way. Fiddler was not like that. And the reason why it was in Fiddler was a misogynistic, it was his slave owner. He instilled him to be that. And the reason why is the slave owner was a person who was not believing in, he wanted to make money. And the way he did that, he used Fiddler to basically pregnate most of the women them in his plantation, and including the ones that he solicited that they use him to make babies. And he basically turned his back on the children because he was trained to do that. And the reason why, you see, um, England at that one time was basically the main European trade slave owners, even though there was other Europeans. They controlled the Pacific Atlantic Ocean. And I've gathered up some research, and I'm going to tell you more in part one. I gathered up some research of how they were able enough to capitalize slavery. Each slave, whether they export and export, by England had regulated us overseas tax. Even when the slaves were under the control of the Africans who were doing slave trading as well. Each slave, whether they were in the dungeon or captivity, they were taxed for storage fee tax and also land tax too. Now, England had them feeling that they were able enough, even though they were in their native land, they were still taxing them for the land. So a character in my book who was from North America, who was also a man who was rich, he basically thought that was not a good concept and he didn't want to pay the tax. So he thought that this concept would be more better to use a person of his character, of his slave, to basically pregnate other slaves in other plantation and make a profit off of it so he can bank for the buck. So I hope I have answered your question. This is on Black Pearl. I'm going to give you the review for part two.